Dun 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 banana phone.
I went Elbo's World. You went Banana Phone?
Banana
Elbo's
phone.
World.
I've got a
Banana Phone.
feeling it's so appealing. A ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Alex, please tell me you know what he's talking about.
Nope.
No.
Oh, you're killing me.
All by yourself.
Makes me. You make me sad. Come, Patsy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to
Hello.
another episode of Brothers in Arms podcast. How you doing? How you
Greetings.
doing? Good.
Good. How you doing?
Gracious. We're actually doing this on the right night, which is kind of exciting. And also
And
a little
impressive.
like, daunting. But hi, everybody. This is episode 99. 99
9-9?
of nine of our
Nine, nine.
podcast. We talked about it a little bit before we got started, and we mixed a few languages together, and it did come out proper. So, welcome to episode 99 of our podcast. We are brothers in arms. We are three brothers from the same mother and father, and we're here to talk to each other, and you get to come along. So glad you're here. For those who are interested, you can join us live on twitch.tv/Brothers in Arms Podcast. It is currently May the 15th, 2022, 9:13 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard, and we're going to get this thing started proper. So, glad you're here. Buckle in. Have a good time with us. Twitter at yourBIA Podcast. And yeah, here we are. So what's going on, fellas? What's good in the neighborhood? Anything happening?
I saw a baby.
Yeah. Well, that was random, but all right. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Care to elaborate? Because that's not weird at all.
No. I went down to see Alex this weekend.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got a chance. It's actually kind of funny. I got made fun of at work because I took a day of leave, and they're like, "You literally just went on leave, and you're taking another day." Yes, I'm taking another day because my mom and dad were in town, and it's the only day I get a chance to see them and see my nephew, and I'm taking a day trip uh, down to Norfolk to go and visit with them and see the new baby. I want to see the baby. So I went down and saw my Brandest newest nephew.
Brandest newest.
Brandest newest nephew. I now have
The word.
two instead of one.
Yes.
So I got a chance to go down and see him and see Alex and Liz and Caroline, and mom and dad were there, and
Man,
it was
you got all the blessings in that one.
it was
Check
awesome.
you out.
It was fun. We had a good time. Good times were had by all. It
Having a
was
good time.
Oh man, nope, don't do it. I'll start singing it. Uh
That's the point.
I'm working on it. All right, keep going. So you had a good time.
had a great time.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about
Oh, please share.
okay, why so I don't know if you guys have done this before. Have either of you ever like sat through a presentation in exchange for like
Timeshare?
gifts? Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
no. Run while you
So
can, Greg.
yeah,
Run
no, we
while
didn't
you can.
didn't buy it. Didn't buy
You,
it.
you didn't sign on the dotted line?
Oh no. But
Oh
man,
boy.
oh man, did they try hard. So you know how they try to rope you in, and I didn't realize this part. Because I mean I went to I actually so I stayed at like a Marriott. Is it a Marriott or I think it was a Marriott. I stayed at a Marriott like 2 years ago, and they put you in for that thing to do like they're like, hey, like you do a 4 night or 4 day, 3 night stay at like one of their really nice hotels, and you have to,
Sure.
you have to schedule during that time frame. You have to do a 2 hour presentation, and I
Oh
did
my
that one.
goodness. What?
Yeah, all right. Brother,
Oh
I stayed in a hotel.
man.
All right, hold on. I'll tell you
Keep going.
this.
All right, I'm listening. Keep going.
I stayed in a hotel. I stayed in a hotel that was $300 a night for free.
Wow. Wow.
I stayed in a hotel for $300 a night. It was for free. It was legitimately, they
Totally
sat
free.
me, I had to sit down for a 2-hour presentation. I didn't buy anything. I was like, I didn't like their program anyways, because they were like trying to sell me these points. Like, you get this chunk of points and then you can use them. And I was just like, no, no,
No.
I don't like this. I don't like how this works. But in exchange for the 2 hours of my time, I got like I got like a $200 or $300 gift card that I promptly used the rest of the weekend going to like all of the best little restaurants and getting appetizers and drink. Like, I literally, like, we walked down the main drag. We stayed in Alexandria and we went through, and we went to I don't know how many different restaurants, and just had an appetizer and a drink, and we're talking like oysters and like really expensive cocktails, and just had a blast. Like, but they took up literally they took up a nice. They said, it's going to be this long. That's how long it was. No problems. Everything was great. So when I got this one for this other one, it was like, come down and you don't have to stay the same day. Uh, if you want to just like come for an appointment, it's gonna take an hour and a half. We'll meet at 1 o'clock, so it'll be like 1 to
2:30.
3, 2:30, and that's it.
Math.
Right. Math for Marines. I can't do that. So anyways, I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like a plan. So we went down on Thursday night, had dinner with Alex and Liz and Carolina, Theo, mom and dad. And by the way, Alex makes a bomb ass butt.
Yep.
I can't write that.
Oh no, we're still eating that butt days later, man.
you can yeah, a bomb butt.
A
He
bomb
makes a
butt
bomb
butt.
he makes a bomb butt.
Yep.
That I can write.
Bomb butt.
Yep. We're
So
gonna get a duck in here. That's one.
throw it in post. Throw it in post. My apologies, gentlemen. But anyways, so we had this. We had that was Thursday night, and then Friday, we had this thing at 1. It's like it was up in Williamsburg. It's like, hey, we'll be gone for shouldn't be gone for more than a few hours, and then we'll be back, and we'll go out and hang out together and
I can't stop.
go have a good time. It's a great one. It's a bomb
Yeah.
butt.
Keep going.
But oh my gosh, talk about pulling the fast one, brother. We got into this place and we pulled in, and it was a building in front of a Motel 6, and it was just like,
well, they kept the light on for you at least.
right.
They did.
It looked bad.
It
It looked
wasn't
really
anything like
bad.
showering at a Holiday Inn, though.
No,
I'd
it
rather
wasn't.
stay.
I can tell that, yeah.
Oh man, I'd rather stay in a Holiday Inn. But anyways, they put us. We park. We go inside and we check in, and then they put us. We get in a car with one of their employees,
What?
and he starts driving us around because they want to take you and show you around. And so like they take us to their restaurant, which is part of their properties, but wasn't like next to their properties. It was like off by itself. And then they took us to the main property, and then they took us to show us a room, and then they took us to like what the timeshare would look like, and they took us to all these different spots. Mind you, they haven't said anything. By the time we finally got back and sat down, we're already pushing an hour and a half.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I told the guy, I'm like, man, we got things to do. Like we're kind of, we need to go. And he's like, well, you can go, but you're not going to get, the things and whatever else. And it was just like, okay, well, let's go up and hear the spiel. So we go up, we sit down with him, and mind you, we've been talking to him this whole time.
Yeah.
And he's like 18 years old, He just broke up with his like we got the whole sad sob story from this kid. He broke up with his boyfriend, moved out, like dealing with all this other stuff, things and that and the other. And then he shows us the paperwork and he's like, this is how much it'll cost. And then he flips it over and he's like, this is like what it would be like financing. Like, is this something you could do? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely not. Because they wanted a stupid amount of money. He's like, well, how much would work? So I just wrote down some numbers for kicks and giggles. I'm like, well, if it was worth it to me, I'd want to pay this much up front and I'd want this much a month. Period. And he's like, oh, hold on. And he like runs off and comes back with another person who is actually the salesperson.
Okay.
And she starts going back and forth, pulling the whole like, well, this offer won't work. I've got a better one for you. And then a better one. And mind you, by this point, we've been here for like, now we're pushing almost 3 hours. And it's like, oh, okay, all right. I'm like, all right, this is not, it's not about the money. It's, you're not offering something that I want.
Right.
This is not it. This is not how I vacation. I'm not interested. I'm done. And so we leave that place. We get back in the car. He takes us back over to our car. And he's like, well, one last thing you got to do this outbound survey.
Oh.
Okay. So we go and talk to someone else. He's like, and she's all sweet. And she's like, she has her little survey in front of us, an older woman, probably in her, mid older-ish woman, older than me, probably in her late 40s. She starts talking. She's like, how did Miss Rico do? Like, how did Jackson do? Like, were you coerced or anything? Like what could have made you like commit? And I was like, explain to her what I wanted. Like, if you had shown me this and how it would benefit me in this respect, because this is what I like to do for vacation, then I might be interested. And it was like, okay. And then she flips her paper over and she's like, okay, so I have one last offer for you. And then she starts trying to sell me. And I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Wow.
No. I mean, if you had maybe shown me this 2 hours ago, I might have been interested and I might have actually talked to you. But at this point now, my
Yeah.
patience, I'm done. I'm ready to leave. So we walked out with $350 and a 4-day, 3-night stay there in Williamsburg. And then, or 3-day, 2-night. So a weekend, long weekend, 3-day, 2-night. And then we got a 4-day, 3-night in either like South Florida, Las Vegas, or somewhere else. I don't know, or Orlando.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna use. I'll probably use the one for. We'll definitely use the one for Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Because we're definitely gonna go down there this summer and do busch gardens and
Sure.
if we can stay locally, like that'd be awesome. But
wow.
but holy cow, did they try really hard? And by the time like y'all,
That's some time, man.
yeah, that was the problem. Like it's
That's
like
some time. Like you're looking at
it's
3+ hours.
I mean it's $100 an hour if you or
Oh
almost
yeah.
$100 an hour if you
Yeah.
want to break it down. But even still, it's like don't tell me an hour and a half
Yeah.
and then go like if it was like pushing 2, okay, that's not bad, I can deal with that, but don't give me and of course they shuffle you out the like loser door in the back, like the whole nine. um
you don't earn the proper exit.
no, exactly, you don't get to go out the front door, you're going out the side exit.
Oh.
But it was just like, yeah, it was like, you know what? Like, don't. I didn't do that when I was a recruiter.
Right.
I was firm up front. If it went over that, if we were having a meaningful conversation,
Sure.
and the kids like wanting to ask questions, and he's really interested, and I'm like hooking and jabbing, absolutely, we're gonna run over time. But dang it, when I sat down with, I tell the kids, I'm not asking for, an entire day, like 3 or 4 hours of your time. I'm literally, give me an hour to maybe an hour and a half tops.
Right.
That's enough time for me to you're going to take a practice, and heck, if you take the practice test and you pass that before we even sit down, then we don't need to do that. We're just going to sit down and talk.
Nice.
But don't tell me a timeline and you go in with that expectation, and then you blow that timeline out of the water,
Without even
and
starting.
then you're trying to ask for a commitment,
Nice.
and you can't even explain in detail, like you can't even explain like a minimum of what I'm looking for. No, I'm sorry. You didn't find a primary need. You definitely did not. You did not find a primary need, and you did not exploit a need with a benefit, and showed me how I was going to be committed, because you wasted my time, and now I'm just annoyed at you, and I'm gonna take your money, and I'm
Yeah.
going to go and use your facility for vacation in the near future,
Yoink.
and probably not be impressed. But
Oh.
it's still a free hotel, so it is what it is. So yeah, so that was my Friday. Um,
I don't think that was very funny. Alex, consensus?
Wah, wah.
Wow.
oh, did I get a want want?
You got a want, man.
I got a want want. Alex kicked my butt in cards this weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, man.
Yep.
That was bad.
Well, what
That
he
wasn't
makes
even.
is terrible. It's terrible.
It's just terrible.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
terrible, man.
It wasn't even funny, gents. Patrick, I got my face rolled, and then some.
I wanted to play test it. I'm sorry.
You did, and you
He
play
doesn't have
tested
4
it
sailors
well.
to do that.
No, they don't. I can understand now why they rage quit, because that deck was so mean.
Alex, there you go, man.
It kept Patrick. It's a blue deck that just, by the time we got to that point, I couldn't even put cards on the field.
Aw.
He would deny every single thing I tried to. I had no counters. I'd get something out. And I'd be like, all right, so finally I can start creating some, because my deck is designed to, the commander of that deck is made to create, what do you call it? Creates totem armors,
Sure.
like indestructible totem armors. And when you create a totem armor, it's an enchantment. And I have creatures that, when you create an enchantment, when you play an enchantment, it creates a creature that you
Okay.
can attach the enchantment to.
Sure.
So you just keep making those, and then you can. It's a really awesome deck. It works really well, but
But
you kind of can't do that if you can't even get anything out onto the field.
Nope.
So
Oh, Alex, can you feel the love, buddy?
Well, I kept telling him I'm sorry the entire time.
I bet you
he
did.
was
I
he
bet
was
you did.
apologizing. He was apologizing left
It's
and right.
it's like that one guy when in Wanted, the movie, and he's going through the office. I'm sorry. It's just smack.
Yep. And they used one of Chris Pratt's teeth for the U. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, somebody had to get the beat down, bud. Sorry it was you.
I told him it wasn't made for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you pretty much countered his entire deck, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, uh-huh.
I let him get 2 things out, and
Oh,
Then
that
he
was
sent them
kind
all.
of you.
yeah.
Then he sent them all back.
Send him
Well,
home.
So there's a card in there that's called Hullbreaker Horror, and basically what it does is
Wait,
it.
Hull, like Hull?
Yep.
Hull the boat?
Yep.
Okay.
basically what it lets you do is if you cast an instant or a sorcery, you get to pick one of two things. So one of them is you pick target spell that you don't own, you return it to its owner's hand. So basically, you can play counters and send them elsewhere.
Uh-huh.
If someone is countering you, you can play something that doesn't actually counter, but it's still an instant. You can return that counter to their hand. Um, or what I was using against Greg was every time you play an instant or a sorcery, or sorry, every time you play a spell, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
You're a turd.
So I had a card out called Omniscience, which basically allows me to play anything from my hand without paying its mana cost.
Without paying its cost, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had a stacked hand because the turns previous to that I just started stacking my hand.
Yep.
Oh, draw 3, untap 2 lands. All right, cool. Draw 2. All right, and then every single time.
Yep.
Oh, my commander allows me that anytime I play an interrupt, so if I counter something, I get to draw a card. So by the time I had Omniscience in hand and I had the mana to play it, I had like 13 or 14 cards in hand because I didn't.
'Cause he had no maximum hand size either.
I had a dude out that gave me no maximum hand size and allowed me to do stuff for counters. So, yeah,
Dirty.
it was very dirty.
Dirty. Terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Just terrible. So besides kicking Greg's butt, what else did you do, man?
Oh, we had mom and dad here this week.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that was pretty great. So they, mom and dad kind of took over Caroline for us this week
Beautiful.
because Theo has been dealing with some issues. So he doesn't sleep when we sleep, as of right now.
Mm.
So that means that we don't sleep when we're supposed to sleep.
Right.
So usually we'll get a couple of hours in the morning, and right around that time is when Caroline wakes up. So, yeah. So mom and dad have been like, "Oh, we got it." So they would
Awesome.
wake up and they'd take Caroline downstairs and get her fed and let her watch her Mickey Mouse and give us a little bit of an opportunity to sleep for just a couple hours. So
Nice.
it's been kind of nice.
Nice. Amen to that.
So they left a couple of days ago. They left actually the day before Greg did, and yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yay.
Yeah. But we have been dealing with something else now. So one of the reasons why Theo keeps waking up and staying awake at night is I don't know if you guys know about this, but right now there is a baby formula shortage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's going on with us is Theo has to have a very specific type of formula if he has formula at all. We're pretty sure he has some form of a milk allergy.
Aw.
Yeah, which is what most baby formula is. It's all dairy based.
Right.
So we've been trying to figure out what we have. So basically, we've been going around and we've tried pretty much every single type of formula that we can find, just to see if it was that specific brand or something.
Right.
And nothing has worked out. So every single time we'll get like a scoop or two into the tub. That's not it. So we've been taking this around or trying to find people or being like, hey, who needs baby formula? And we've been dropping that off with people who need it. But the issue that we have is we don't have anything that works for him. So we took him into the hospital because he had an appointment, and then they took one look at him because of all the issues that were going on. He goes, no, you need to take him to the emergency room.
Wow.
Yep. So he wasn't even a week old, and he already had a 6-hour ER visit, which was fun. But we figured out it's kind of the milk allergy, so they sent us home with some stuff from the hospital. But unfortunately, gentlemen, that stuff ran out today. So my day was driving around trying to find maybe not exactly the amino acid based one that they gave us because
Right.
apparently that's prescription. You can't get that over the counter. But
What?
yeah, it's well that exact can.
Okay.
But there are different ones that are quote amino acid based that work, or there's also ones that are hypoallergenic. I don't know if either of you guys have walked down a baby aisle in Walmart. I know both of you guys, haven't had kids
Yeah.
in a while, so there's really no need to walk down that aisle. But if you walk down them, there's maybe like 5 cans of formula
Yep.
spread across 4 different stores.
And when you walk down, you hear the dong
Yeah,
because they're recording you. Yeah.
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 So everybody's out of formula. Everybody. So I drove across the water today. Made it all the way almost up to Williamsburg. I hit 2 Walmarts, 3 CVS's, 2 Walgreens, and a Target. And I didn't find anything.
Nothing.
No. No, they have the regular, just generic Similac, which
Right.
is milk based. He can't
Right.
have it. I found a couple of them that they have like the pre-made stuff, and I found a Walmart that had the tubes of that, or the tubs of that, so you can buy that for like $12. But unfortunately, that stuff, if you buy it already pre-mixed, it's only good for 48 hours once you open it. Yeah.
Huh.
So it's not made for just regular general consumption.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yes.
Nice shirt.
Do me a favor when we get off of here. Take me a picture of what you got or what you need,
Sure.
and I'll start looking for it over here too.
I would greatly appreciate that, man. I'll pay
Yeah,
for whatever you
absolutely.
find. Let me know.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'll ship it. No worries.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our niece, his daughter, Caroline. Hi, Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
Hold on. She's got ears.
What do you say?
Hey, how are you?
What
Nice
do you-
to see you. I'm
Oh, it's
nice.
good. You're good?
Yeah.
It's good to
Nice
She
see
wants to
you
show you her
too.
feet.
Where are your shoes?
Oh no, she's wearing jammies.
She's wearing
Oh,
pants.
She's
is
wearing
it time
pants.
for bed?
I told her she had to wear
Yeah.
pants to come in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's wearing pants.
Yeah, she's
Nice shirt, Caroline.
Thank
Who's on
you.
your shirt?
Oh, and this is baby Theo. Here.
Yeah.
And this has words in it.
It has words
It has
on it.
words on it. Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
And this behind me is Theo.
We got the whole family. What's up?
Oh, and this is also and baby and mama.
And
Mhm.
Mama, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Hi, buddy.
Mama gets a chance to listen. I see. Or Theo.
You can't really.
Hi,
Buddy.
Theo.
Alright. You guys say goodnight?
That's it.
You ready? Say night. Oh, sorry. She wants to hear you guys so she can say goodnight.
Okay. Night night, Caroline.
Say night.
Good night, Caroline.
Good night.
Say love you.
Good night.
Nice to see you. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's good to see
Always
you
nice to
too.
see you.
Love you.
Hey, and this is Oscar Rasmus.
Yeah, I saw Oscar. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's been doing that now. See?
Oh.
Love you.
Bye.
Good night.
Nice. You got the whole family out there today, man.
Yep, and that's what happens. The only one we're missing is Kitty. So,
We're
Uh,
missing tea.
Come
Yeah,
come
missing
on.
Kitty.
missing
That's
Kitty.
right.
alright.
Yeah.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So,
So yeah, send me what you got. Send me a picture, and I'll see what I can do.
I would appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, mom and dad are looking. Liz's parents are looking. Like,
Yeah.
anything that we can find. That's the hard part. Is
Yeah.
we can't find it, and then the more difficult part is like, I don't even need to go and buy out the store, right? Because it's just a supplement for us. It's not
Right.
like he has to have this exact formula,
Right.
and that's all that he's gonna drink. We just need like a can or two. If we can get a can or two, that'll last us, a while, and
Okay.
everything will be fine.
Okay.
But can't find it.
Yep. Send me pictures.
Appreciate you.
Sweet. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
No
Same
problem.
can do.
Sweet.
Oh,
So,
man.
brother man, what about you?
So we talked on Tuesday,
We did.
and then Wednesday I had church responsibilities, I had Bible study, all that fun stuff. Thursday, we had our last youth meeting, and for the season, and I don't know, guys, we fed them chicken and waffles for dinner,
Oh yes.
and it just went downhill from there. Yeah, the added sugar with the syrup and all that jazz. Uh, yeah, when I say they were flying, they were flying. They were flying through the building. They were flying through the yard. They were jumping off swing sets. It was insanity. But it was good though, because we got to celebrate with our kiddos, with our young people. Um, then our ladies went off for a women's retreat Friday and Saturday. So Philip and I got to share the evening together on Friday. So we went to
Nice.
dinner. We went to a place where we typically can't take our ladies. We went to a place called the Star of India. Um,
Mm.
Gentlemen, it is a hole in the wall in Marietta, Ohio. But when we walked in, there was a family of about 8 who were sitting down, getting ready to chow down on some fantastic Indian food, and another table with a couple. When we finally found a seat and sat down, it filled up. It was like we just hit it before dinner time, before the dinner bell. And we both had lamb. Um, Mine was like a red rice with the lamb and some vegetables in it, and I got mine medium. Philip got like a cream sauce, like a curry cream sauce, and he got his medium, and then we had naan,
Yep.
naan with cheese.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Gentlemen,
Yummy.
I haven't eaten that well in a while. Um, Not food made from home. So I was very, very happy with dinner. And he said, "We've got to come back." I said, "Okay, man, I'm with you." So we finished that, and before we went there, we decided, if we got time, let's go see a movie. Now, we have this like unsaid pact with our family that if there's a new Marvel movie out, unless it's something that's like scary, like Morbius, we don't typically go without each other. So we all decided we're gonna wait and see Doctor Strange, Madness,
Of the
multi,
multiverse.
yeah, Multiverse of Madness or Madness of Multiverse, whatever. We're gonna see that together. So Philip and I happen to go and see Everything, Everywhere at the same time. Gentlemen, my mind has never been so messed up from a movie than it was after that one. It's made by the company A24. That's the studio that produced it.
Okay.
And it's only in select theaters, so for some reason it came here, it left, and now it's back.
Hmm.
Fellas, it is a mind trip to the nth degree. And Philip, his job at the movie theater, he does everything. Concessions, clean, you name it. And he was there, he was working when it first came out to their theater, and he said, "Dad," after the film was over, he said, "Dad, imagine somebody coming here watching that high."
Hmm.
And guys, like I walked out and I was wobbling. Like it wasn't like epilepsy kind of an issue. That was just weird. It was a really weird story. But here's the thing. It turned out to be a love story with the mom being the primary character, and the love story between her her husband, and their daughter. And when you finally look at it and you can finally look at the whole picture of this movie, you're going, that that was something. Like that had an impact on me. But it was so stinking weird that I didn't take I didn't consider it. It was just like my eyes bugged out. I had no idea what was going on. So, all that to say, we went to go see a movie. It was weird, and I'm just now starting to appreciate the story. There you go. Take that for what you will.
And the
It
name
is
of the
rated
film was again?
Everything Everywhere All the Time.
Okay.
The one person in chat's googling that right now.
Yeah, I'm reading the it's got a 90% on Google, 96 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm the one
Uh
person in chat.
English and Cantonese. Oh, well, I'm
Yeah,
not in
so you
chat,
do
but I'm
have
looking it up too.
subtitles. Yes.
When an
Yes.
interdimensional rupture unravels reality, an unlikely hero must channel her newfound powers to fight bizarre and bewildering dangers from the multiverse as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. That sounds cool.
Okay. Yes. And then you get about 10 minutes into it and you go, "What?" What?
Uh,
What just what? So, ladies and gentlemen, here's a precursor. This is a family channel. So, this movie is rated R. I do not recommend it if you are offended by language or situations of the such of a rated R movie. Don't go see this. Um, it was definitely it was rated R for what it was, but the story now is making the impact on my head. So yeah, take that for what you will, grain of salt and all that jazz. Greg, I think you would dig it. I think it would definitely make you do the same thing I just did. What? But it would also kind of, you know, itch a scratch you didn't know you had. So there you
all
go.
right.
There you go.
I'll
Um,
I'll add that. That's a must.
yeah, yeah. So Saturday morning I had a men's breakfast. I had 10 men at this breakfast. Fellas,
Nice.
it was quality. It was so good. I did mom's egg casserole
Ooh,
recipes,
good choice.
quality. And then after that, gentlemen, I got some time in. I got a couple lines wet.
Nice. It's
Fishing.
warm again.
First time this year. For the first time this year. I caught enough to be gross. I fished for probably about 2 hours and I caught about 35 fish. Um,
That's awesome.
they were hungry. And the bluegill were on beds and they were ferocious. I was throwing a 6-inch worm on a wacky rigged, and I was throwing it over their beds and bringing it across, and I got hit by about 6 bluegill, and gentlemen, I'm not joking. The bluegill were this big. They were monster
That's
bluegills.
awesome.
Like they ate the whole stinking worm. They were that big. Okay. And so I'm throwing everything at it because I'm just this is fun. This is just fun to me. And in so doing, I'm laughing out loud and I'm having a great time. The weather is gorgeous. I got shade. I got my hat on. It's just a good day. Um, but my ladies didn't get back until late that night, so I decided to, when I got back, sit down, put my feet up, and watch a movie. And I ended up watching The Matrix, um,
The new
Resur-
one.
Resurrections 4.
Okay.
Number 4. Yep. The Matrix Resurrections. And gentlemen, it wasn't on the level of Everything Everywhere, but it was definitely weird. It was different, but it was also beautiful throwbacks to the original. Um,
Okay.
there was a lot of scenes that they showed from the original, just juxtaposition over top of different things. Keanu Reeves and What's Her Toes, that chemistry was still there. That was awesome to experience. And right now, it's free to watch on HBO Max. So if you got it, check it out. It's worthwhile. A little bit of language in that one. No nudity. Um, the way that they fast forward 60 years in the story is pretty interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah. So imagine 60 years from the end of what is that? Reloaded was number 2. What was Remix?
Revolutions.
Revolutions? Yeah. So
Revelations.
60 years from that to this one. And it was decent. It was really good. And no spoiler, uh Neil Patrick Harris is in this one. So I'm not spoiling
Everyone
anything
loves.
else. Yeah, I'm not spoiling anything else about that one, but he's in this one, and I think you'll really get a kick out of it. So, yeah, there you go, man. Check it out. I think you can download it too and watch it when you want to. So it's quality. It's good. It's a good flick. And then today we had beautiful church. Beautiful time with our church family. We had Mexican food for lunch, which is always good in my book.
Same
Uh,
I had for dinner. That's what I was
uh-huh.
doing before I sat down.
Yeah, man. And then tonight we celebrated Julia and her achievements in choir. We went to their end of the year banquet and celebrated with her and her friends. So that was fun. That was a beautiful experience. So, and then she's got a concert tomorrow night. So we're gonna go out and support her in that and listen to their group. They really are a phenomenal group for the time that they've put into this. It's an a cappella group. They do have, yes, that's the one. They do have some things going on musically, like piano and a few other things, but other than that, it's a solid group. So
It's awesome.
yeah, getting ready to support her in that. So yep, that's my week in a nutshell, or at least the last 4 days. So yay. So Alex, my man,
See,
I do believe you have the question for this week.
I should have gotten a reminder about
Oh no.
42 minutes ago.
Okay. All right. Let me
Hold on.
let me consider this for just a second.
Hold on.
You know what? I think I have one if you're not ready.
I'm pretty sure I got one now.
Okay.
Ooh,
All
you
right.
pulled that one out
You
fast.
sure
Oh
did.
yeah,
I'm digging it.
I looked down.
I'm not writing that.
Oh, you're fine. Well, yeah, I got like D&D dice over here, and
Yeah.
I got magic cards over here. Like, I got stuff over here, man. I
Yeah,
got a lot of
no.
things going on.
It's just a comment you said. I look down.
I look down.
You know what? I look up. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
I didn't do it.
You never gotta keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Oh, you never gotta keep me down.
Well, I'm not gonna go too like big in depth or in detail for
Oh,
a lot of different
boy.
things. But I guess for my question, since it is prevalent and thought provoking in my own mind,
Prevalent.
and because I like,
Big butt.
there we go. I didn't even have to try on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, so close.
Sorry, Mom.
It almost happened.
What? Did you get 2 9s and an 8?
No,
I
he's
had-
talking about me dropping something. Or you dropping something. Who's
I
dropping
almost did it. You almost dropped the bomb on me.
what? You motherfuckers can't deny.
I'll take that as one for myself, though. Thank you.
Greg's
Man,
breathing a sigh of relief.
y'all are coming on hard and fast.
Yeah, Yes, sir. So, looking down though, one of the things
Looking
that
up.
has been prevalent and fills my mind constantly, because it's something that goes through my head and I think about, because that's the way my brain works. Patrick, back in the day, used to get in trouble in the library with what was it? Wes? Were you playing with Wes back in the day?
That would be that would be no,
Yeah.
no, because that was Fairdale. I played
Uh,
at Fairdale. I didn't
okay.
play at Pass.
Disregard.
It's all good.
But
Keep going.
regardlessly, right? You play Magic for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
You know,
Irregardlessly.
Irregardlessly.
irregardlessly, it will not die. I want you guys to
Irregardlessly.
know that it will not die.
No,
Irregardlessly.
no,
Shiny and
And
chrome.
Greg and I have
that
been
that's the name.
irregardlessly.
That's the name of our place.
That'll work.
Irregardlessly. I
Irregardlessly.
bet nobody else has picked it.
Nope.
Uh,
Nope.
you're today. It's named after bad English.
Yeah.
But irregardlessly, people will come.
Yeah, please. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Irregardlessly.
Yeah.
No. So
Anytime someone spells it incorrectly in their phone,
It's
our
gonna come to
place will
our
pop
place.
up.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's funny.
Yes.
it's brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
We're gonna beat the algorithm.
We're gonna make the algorithm.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Well, anyway,
Keep
so
going.
Patrick, you've been playing for a while. Greg and I have been playing, more recently. But it's something that has stood the test of time,
Okay.
right? It is.
Absolutely.
Not only is it, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but it has showed up a long time ago and it has stayed. Whether that
Okay.
be, through the valiant efforts of nerds everywhere, of small groups of people that have started to do this and brought it forward,
Huzzah.
or
Huzzah!
guys that have been diehard and have played, since it came out in the '90s and before. It is something that has been big throughout time. So, looking back on things that you guys have experienced in your day to day lives, what do you think will stand the test of time? And why?
All right. So being the pastor of the group, this one's pretty easy for me. So I mean the easy route for me is to say my faith. That will stand the test of time. Um so that's my easy answer. That's my first answer. But what do I think around me will stand the test of time? What of my generation or of this current time, this phase that we're in? Um I really hate to say this because it's losing its glamour to me, but I think social media is going to forever be in people's hands, faces,
In some
places.
way.
Yeah. I don't think because until you can abolish self, until you can get rid of the pride that people have of themselves or their grandkids or why did I say grandkids? Of their kids or what they've made or something else, there will always be some platform that or individuals will rush to in order to express themselves. So I think social media will forever be around now.
Good answer. Greg?
Um, honestly, I I don't know if it's an easy answer, but I mean, I guess it could be considered an easy answer. But I don't see it ever going anywhere. Video games. we have been, and again, it's something else that's close to us. Uh, I didn't realize that. So the video, I think I showed you guys the gaming historian on
Yep.
YouTube.
Yep.
Love his videos. He just made a new one on which one was it? Super Mario World. He just did like an hour and a half long video on the history of Super Mario World, and it's really, really good. Highly encourage everyone to watch it. But we
An hour and
survived.
a half long.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I watched it. Trust me. But no, he did a thing. He talked about the video game crash. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly how long the video is. He did a video on the video game crash in 1983, and hour and 18 minutes.
That's substantial.
Yeah, but he did this. We were born. Well, Patrick, you were born
82.
right before it happened, but we all essentially grew up post video game crash of 83, and we started with the Nintendo when the Nintendo
Was new.
became a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we had a Nintendo and Super Nintendo and then 64 and PlayStation, and we played all the consoles and almost all the consoles in one way, growing
Sense.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a new generation that's picking it up, and kids are playing PC games, and now
Oh
you've
yeah.
got
Oh yeah.
Steam and good old games and the backwards compatibility and all these, like, the retro games, which makes me cringe because
And
I'm like, I grew up with these games. They're not retro.
people are
Ah,
going backwards. I mean, they're paying hundreds of dollars for a cartridge that we rented on weekends.
yeah,
So
which
yeah, I
doesn't
got
make
you.
any sense to me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, but with that, I don't see them. I feel like, okay, so when it comes to, like, buying the retro stuff, there's absolutely a bubble, and I'm convinced that it's gonna pop because you have these individuals that are artificially inflating the market.
Yep.
But with that, I don't see gaming as a whole going anywhere, especially retro gaming. There's always going to be an interest. There's always going to be a fan base. Even without the speculators, there's going to be people that want to go back and play and preserve and enjoy those games for generations to come. So
Yeah.
that's my thought process.
Cool. It's good thought. Alex?
Well, mine was also video games, but I definitely thought up a couple of different scenarios just in case you guys picked one of them that I had.
Okay.
Gasoline.
It's going away. It's got to.
I do not think so.
It's got to. It is an exhaustible resource.
I agree.
And
I
how are
don't.
we going to make more? How are we going to make more gas?
I don't know. But I gotta
Okay.
say, I do not think that gasoline's gonna go away anytime soon.
Why? Because people can't get beyond the rumble of the motorcycle or
No. So
the
I've done a lot of
y-
research over the last couple of years.
okay.
I've looked at different studies and I've gone in and looked at electric vehicles.
Okay. Right.
Being an
Sure.
electrician, it's one of the things that I do, right?
Right.
Um, if you go and you look at all the specs on the or the electric vehicles, and you look at the batteries, every single battery that's in the electric vehicle is the same. I don't know if you guys know this or not.
Oh,
It is the exact same battery, and Tesla is pretty big for it right now. So everyone, all the TikTokers, all the YouTube guys, they want to buy a Tesla, right? Because Tesla is the hot big thing.
right.
Have you guys looked at buying a Tesla before?
No.
Yes.
So if you look at buying a Tesla, they have different models available. And it's not so much that it's a, you can buy a bigger battery or you can buy a different battery that runs on a different amperage so that it lasts longer, or, they're all the same battery.
Huh.
They're literally selling you software
Right.
for your car that basically allows your battery either to last longer or shorter. It does not matter. They all have
Dirty.
the same battery.
Dirty.
So you can buy a mid-range, which will allow you to drive from like city to city across state lines, or you can buy the regular like city commuter one, which will allow you to drive around town for the day and then you have to charge it back up overnight. Or you can buy the long range one, which will allow you to go just over 400 miles
Huh.
before you have to refill, before you have to find a charging station to recharge.
Right.
And then at that point, you have to find somewhere along the route of what you're trying to go that has a recharging station. So every single one of these cars has pre-programmed routes that they're forcing people to drive if you want to go from this city to, all the way across the country, just so that you can hit the Tesla charging stations.
Wow.
I've seen that. You actually you can go to their website and punch in an address that you want to go to from point A to point B. Pick the car, and it'll actually tell you like where to stop and how long it's going to take to charge it and everything else.
So, based on this fact and a couple of other things that are happening, these batteries that are literally all the same size uh, are not working out so well anymore now that people have been driving them for, tens of thousands of miles.
Sure.
Because a battery has what we call a charging cycle, right? Batteries establish a thing called a battery memory, essentially.
Right. Right.
That it just like anything else, like if you plug in your cell phone every night and leave it charged overnight, over the life of your phone, you're going to see your battery, deplete. It's not going to last as long on a single charge.
Right. Yep.
Because you have trained your battery on your phone at that point to expect to be charged and to stay charged for more hours usually than you're actively using it. So it's basically on what they call a trickle charge at that point, where it'll stay charged and then you'll say, "Oh, I'm done," and it'll stop, and it'll drop a percent, and then it'll charge back up, and it'll do that however
All
many
night
hours
long.
you sleep all night.
Yep. All night long.
These people who have electric
Didn't get
vehicles
it.
are yeah, we're close, but they're having the same difficulties, so having the same problems. Is now they're not being able to make it to that next charging station. So they have to wait for somebody to come by that drives a diesel truck that has an AC converter in the front of it. That'll allow them to charge their Tesla so they can get to the next Tesla charging station.
Gee whiz.
So for that reason alone, I don't think gasoline's going away anytime soon.
The more you know.
The more you
The
know.
more you know.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a good question. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Learned something tonight.
I could talk to you about batteries for hours, man.
I know, and I love it. Bruce Lee was fast, but he had even faster brother.
It's that
Suddenly.
Eh.
suddenly. I'm trying to organize a hide and seek tournament.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good players are really hard to find though.
Boss told me that as a security guard, it's my job to watch the office. I'm on season 6, but I'm not really sure it's going to do anything. Got to do with security. Man, come on.
It's all about the delivery.
I know.
I'm here for you.
Hey, don't use double negatives. They're a big no-no.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. I like that
Dear math, grow up and solve your own problems.
That's right. the A police officer says to a couple, "I'm sorry to tell you this, but your son set the school on fire." They asked, "Arson?" The officer replied, "Yes, your son."
Oh man.
Arson?
What has more letters than the alphabet?
In the post office?
The post office.
Hey! Winner,
You
winner!
got one.
Off subject. What do you call a poor Santa Claus?
I don't know.
Saint Nicholas. Wah wah.
Wah, wah.
Wah.
Wah, wah.
Oh, this one's good.
What do you call a tired skeleton? The grim sleeper.
I got carded. I got carded at the liquor store,
Yeah.
and my Blockbuster card actually fell out. The cashier said, "Never mind."
Oh, for you, G. I'm starting a business to teach short people math.
Okay.
It's called making the little things count.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
That's wrong.
Sorry.
That's why it's funny, but that's wrong.
It's called making the little things count.
What did one hat say to the other?
Oh. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Stay here. I'm going on ahead.
I'm going on ahead.
Why don't
Eh.
grasshoppers go to football games?
I don't know.
They prefer cricket matches.
Oh.
Why did Billy get fired from the banana factory?
Something, something, there's always money in the banana stand?
No, he kept throwing away all the bent ones.
No.
No. This is my last one. What does a tapeworm have in common with the Eiffel Tower? They're both parasites.
Uh,
I asked my dog what's 2 minus 2. He said nothing. Oh,
Yay!
that one's good.
Alex, you got a closer?
one of my favorites. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl in the bathroom?
Because the P is silent.
Because the P is silent.
Yay! Dad jokes for the win. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been amazing. Thank you for hanging out with us. The one person in chat, which has been Alex the
That's
whole
me.
time. You're amazing, dude. So glad you were there.
You're a good man in chat.
You're a great monitor, man. Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 99 of our podcast, and we thank you so much for hanging out with us. Again, you can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast. You can also find us on Twitter at yourbrothersinarmspodcast. You can get this video on our YouTube channel, Brothers in Arms Podcast. That's all one word. And yeah, you can reach us wherever you'd like to. I think all of us have some form of social media because it's not gone yet. But we all have access to the Twitter. So please
All
holler
the
at us on
twits.
there. We will do our very best to reply back to you. Love to get some questions from you. Hey, episode 100 is coming up. I think it's like the next one. So
That it is.
yeah, we hope and pray that you will find our our episode wonderful. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But anyways, yep, that's all I got. Gentlemen, do you have any parting remarks before we leave these fine people?
Greg?
As always, drink water, change your socks, take Motrin, and stay douchey.
There it is. For those who haven't heard the last episode, please go back to 98 to get the reference of that. Thank you so much. Alex?
So contrary to last week,
Yep.
sometimes it's not good to be the blue player.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
But do it anyway.
But do it. Yeah. And folks, if something's broken, work to fix it as soon as possible. Don't let it fester. Don't let it wait. Fix it. Fix it. Because it's not worth the anxiety or the stress later on.
Mm.
There you go. Awesome. Hey guys, we love you very much. You're fantastic. You're wonderful. Can't wait to see you again next time. Look for what episode 100 coming up very, very soon. Thank you so much. Have a blessed, wonderful week. We'll talk at you later. Love you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
Y'all are great. It really
Oh,
has
yeah,
been
we
good. I
try.
love spending time with you.
It's
All
been
right.
good.
It has been good. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, see you later.
Okay. So I went out with a one-legged girl once who worked in a brewery.
Oh no.
She was in charge of the hops.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Oh my.
I had one more.
Okay. One more is usually good.
Hey, who can drink 5 liters of petrol and not get sick? Jerry can.
PT, since we were talking about Mexican, how does a Mexican food, how does a taco say grace?
Orale. No.
Huh?
I don't know.
Let us pray.
Let us pray. All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.